You're in my domain, got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane, it's over before you know it. Why you shaking? We're a dynasty in the making. We're the royalty, now we're breaking down the enemy. Move over, the soldiers. Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine, we live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights for the glory. For the glory. We celebrate.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Southern Broadcasting Gaming Network. I am Richard Hurst, and tonight we are here with the season finale with the Old Glory Truck Series at Chicagoland Speedway. Now, we got 4 drivers that are going to be battling it out for the championship here tonight, and that is going to be Mr. Chase Grier. That is going to be Zach Stevens, that's Marshall Johnson, and Mr. Mark Kingcade. So, those 4 drivers, one of them will be crowned champion here tonight. It could be by points, it could be by a win, but one of these other drivers could take the win away from them. But still, we will be crowning one of those 4 the champion here tonight. Well, while they are finishing up qualifying, we're going to go ahead and step aside. I know we were just stepped aside a second ago, but we're going to step aside and play that beautiful national anthem. We will be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
All right, sorry about that. I was actually muted, but we'll go through that grid one more time. Looks like Mark Kingcade was able to take the pole, and Zach Steven going to be sitting in second. Nathan Lafayette in third. Jared Stone is going to be starting. Excuse me, it's the other way around. Mark Kingcade, Zachary Stevens, Jared Stone, Nathan Lafayette, Marshall Johnson, Chase Grier, Billy Davison, Damon Nagel in eighth. Balin Powell is going to be starting 9th. Christopher Alkire is going to be starting 10th. Joel Munchell is going to be starting 11th. So 11 drivers out there on the track here this evening, and only 4 are going to be battling it out for that championship once again. So race info for the night is going to be 120 laps with 65% fuel, 4 sets of tires, and 1 fast repair, and 3 green and white checkers, and the green flag is out. Mark Kingcade does get a really good jump in that Geico restart zone. He's got Zach Stevens starting on the outside, and Jared Stone is going to fight on the Zach Stevens is going to be on the outside. Jared Stone is going to fight on the inside and take over the second position. High line will be a crucial line here, as you can get a good run off of turn number 2. And it looks like the 33 is going to utilize the inside line here early on with those fresh tires, and trying to make some moves on that 00. And so far, Marshall Johnson does have that 4th position. A lot of two-wide racing going on. You got Chase Grier. He is going to be sitting in the 6th position. That's right there where he started. He's going to be looking to the outside, not going to be able to get there. He's going to look to the inside of the 00, but not going to be able to get there. The 00 does close the door on him, but he is going to be able to hold that line as the 00 does slide up the track. And here comes Chase Grier into turn number 3. We'll put the track map up, as they are all still big pack racing, and let's find a little bit different camera angle so you can see all the action pack, as the 43 is a little bit out of shape, and that is going to be Christopher Alkire. He was able to collect it, but it looks like Billy Davison already has a little bit of damage. Oh, and the 00 is going to be around. Chris Alkire is already going to be damaged, so that is going to bring out our first caution flag of the night. Let's go back and take a look and see if we can find out what happened. And we will ride with the 43. 00 was already out of shape, so actually let's ride with the 00, and we'll back it up one more time. And he may have got a little bit of help from the 86 of Damon Nagel. And let's find the best camera view we can find, and that might be this one right here. Here we go. We're going to play it from right there. Oh, yeah, he just got a little bit of help from the 86. 86 is going to have a little bit of right side damage, and here comes that 43. He is going to take a little bit of hit to the front end of that truck, and he's going to send it up to the wall. Now let's switch camera views here. There you see the 86 is still out of shape. He's going to get a double tap from the 43. 00 still still trying to get that truck stopped. So a lot of action here on the track, as you know, they only have 1 fast repair, and some of these guys are going to already have to use it. Well, it looks like Joe Munchell, Nathan Lafayette, and Damon Nagel, and Christopher Alkire are going to bring it on down. Now, Christopher Nice is going to be our race control for the night, so you might see him on that ticker. He's going to be showing out, so don't pay attention to that name. But, you know, while we are under caution, let's go ahead and see if we can't bring our leader up to the booth and see what he's got for us tonight. See what kind of mood he's in, see what he's willing to do to win a race here. Mark Kingcade, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're out there leading the race. You got the pole, and you're leading the race so far, but you got a lot of laps. What exactly are you willing to do to win this championship here tonight?
I'm going to give it all I got. Looking at this fuel, it's gonna take some mathing while driving, and I'm not good at the combination of them 2 things there. So,
are you saying you can't multitask and do a subtraction too?
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
Well, we wish you luck here in the championship race. One of y'all will be deemed the champion of the Old Glory Truck Series. So we wish you luck, and we will let you get down to your team down there, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later.
10-4, man. Appreciate it.
All right, so many chats. And, Chase Grier and Zach Stevens are down here in Team 4 Wide. We're actually going to do something a little bit different, and we're just going to join their team chat. Zach Stevens, Chase Grier, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy.
I got you.
Well, Billy Davison is in here too. So, hey, Billy, how you doing? Well, you two are in the championship 4. There is a lot of racing left to go. We've seen our first caution. What are y'all willing to do to win this championship here tonight?
Try and finish in front of everybody.
Well, if
just try and keep it clean and hopefully have some good strategy on pit road and everything. So,
well, if it comes to you two running 1 and 2, what are you willing to? I mean, I know y'all race together all the time. You do. You have good teamwork. Are you going to do a little bit of door banging, or are you just going to race it out and the best man wins?
Race it, best man wins.
yeah,
We coming across the line for 1-2, then okay, but no point in wrecking each other.
yeah.
Well,
I'm sure we'll keep it clean.
It's definitely been a good season here tonight, and we've enjoyed having y'all. Been enjoying the broadcast, having y'all up in the booth and watching that number 40 and 47 out there on the track. So good luck tonight, and y'all are getting double file. I'll go back up to the booth and let y'all have at it.
Appreciate it, man.
You have a good night.
All right, Mark Stevens is out there saying, I think that's supposed to say, let's go 47, but he says, gets go 47. Well, they are coming in to turn number 3. We are only at lap 7. They will be coming to 8 as they cross the start-finish line. We'll go ahead and take the driver information off screen. Zoom, Zach. Next caution, we will get Marshall Johnson up here. He is going to be in that number 33. And here comes the green flag, ready to fly.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and it looks like that 54 has got another good jump on the restart. And here they go. Coming into turn number 1 is going to be the 54 out front. We're going to go and get a better camera angle. And let's go to the leader. He has jumped out to about a 4/10 of a second lead, and he's got Jared Stone right there in that Victoria's Secrets. Hopefully she won't tell his secrets tonight, but he is going to be taking over the second position, and he's got Marshall Johnson looking to the inside, not going to be able to get there. He's going to drift up the track a little bit. He's got Zach Stevens all over the back bumper of that 66. Mark Kingcade going to drop down to the apron, try to kill that draft from the other pack behind him. But here comes Zach Stevens. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to be down low. He's going to be almost side by side with the 66 as they come out of turn number 2. Who is going to win this little battle? It looks like the 66 is going to prevail. Now, Balin Powell is showing the 21 on the ticker, but he is actually the 11, and he is going to be running in the 3rd spot. Zach Stevens is going to look down low on the 66 coming out of turn number 4. He is going to be able to make the pass. Can he make the slide job up in front of that 66? He's got the draft for Mark Kingcade coming through the tri-oval, and he is going to have that second position. Well, let's check on Balin Powell once again. He was looking to the inside of that 66, also trying to make a move just like Zach Stevens, but he wasn't able to get there. And that 33 is going to be all over the back bumper of that number 11 of Balin Powell. Now, Zach Stevens does have Mark Kingcade right there on his outside. This is a challenge for the lead here at lap number 10. And Zach Stevens has not got it quite yet, but is he going to be able to get it going down to that apron? No, not this time. He is still going to have about a fender on that 54, but the 54 is going to have a little bit more momentum going into turn number 1, and it looks like the 54 is going to be able to prevail out of turn number 2. And Jack Nudebacher out there saying, let's go Team 4 Wide, and right now it is a battle between White Line Racing and Team 4 Wide, as Chase Grier is going to be back here in 6th. He's going to be right there behind the 33 of Marshall Johnson. That is going to be the other championship 4. One of the other championship 4. And he has got to challenge all. He has got a challenge, and that's not really for a position, but that's going to be the 43 of Christopher Alkire. Christopher Alkire had to go in and get a little bit of damage. He is going to be working really well on that outside, trying to get his lap back the hard way, and he is going to use that highlight for all that momentum that he can get. But you do have Chase Grier. He is just taking over the position from Marshall Johnson. Marshall Johnson going to ride that low lane, and it looks like Chase Grier is going to follow the 43 on that highline, have a little bit of draft coming off of turn number 2, and they got Bale and Powell right there in front of them, so they are going to try to make it around that number 11, and Chase Grier trying to make it up to his teammates so they can do a little bit of team strategy, and we'll see how this plays out. But Mark Kingcade still out here leading the laps here at lap number 14. Now the laps are going to wind down very quickly if they stay green. You got Nathan Lafayette. He is going to be way down on power. He's not down on power. Well, he might be, because there is still a lot of damage done to that truck, and he is waiting to see if another caution comes out and maybe get that fast repair. Hopefully he did not already use it. But Joe Munchell out there in that Mountain Dew number 69, he is going to be riding in the 6th position, up 5 positions from where he started this race. So he started in the back, and he has worked his way up to the front. So good job by that number 69, working his way up. Oh, Mr. J Munch. Now we do have some driver views, and let's see if they are working. And we'll go. And yes, we do have full screen. And why is Mark Kincaid's still in the pits? So it looks like his is still showing in the pits. Let's see. Yeah, I think he may have disconnected from it. But we'll throw mine up there. We'll throw my view up there so everybody can see what's going on the track, and we will put Mark Kincaid's view on that. So there is my view. We'll ride around with the 54. Now, if it looks like that screen down below is stretched out, that is going to be Chase Grier. He does run triple monitor, and we wanted to try, doing the triple monitor, see how it looked. Hopefully, it looks okay from sitting at home. And you got Caitlin Grier out there saying, "Let's go, Grier." So hopefully, it doesn't look too bad. From home. I tried to do my best to set it up. We did have a little bit of issues going on as far as the lobby went, so I didn't have a lot of time to really mess with it. So hopefully it is good to go. But we'll go back to full screen as these guys are going to be coming in to turn number 2. We'll go back to the outside TV screen. And it is going to be Zach Stevens still right there on the back bumper of that number 54. And we will take a look, and there is the gap between the 54 and the 47. Got a nice little battle, and look who's coming up into the top 5. That is going to be Chase Grier. He's going to be up 2 positions from where he started, and he is trying to catch that Victoria's Secrets number 66 of Jared Stone. Brianna out there saying, "Let's go Team White Line." Now, White Line does have 3. White Line has 1 driver in the playoffs, and that's going to be Mark Kingcade. And I believe, let's see what Marshall Johnson is. I don't know what team he's on, to be honest with you. All right, Mark Stevens said the triples look great. Thank you for that feedback, and that'll give me some more input for our other broadcasts, because when they do run triples, I can set it up to at least have two triples running at the same time, on top of each other, and I can have multiple screens if they do run triples. So thank you for that feedback there, Mark. And Jack said usually okay, good deal. All right, let's go back. Let's take a look from our spotter view, and we'll go back through the field and see how everybody is looking. And it looks like Marshall Johnson, he is riding in the 6th. You got Joe Munchel. He is going to be up 6th position from where he started. He is running right there in the top 5 in the 5th position. So pretty much everybody is getting spread out here with only 11 trucks on the track. It's going to be, kind of spread out. You got Billy Davison. He's going to be right there behind Balin Powell. Balin Powell, he was up towards the front just a little while ago. Now he's falling off. You got Damon Nagel. He is going to go a lap down. So he's going to be the first truck 1 lap down. He does have a little bit of damage on that truck. Nathan Lafayette, he is going to be still, a little bit. Now, I don't know if he's saving or if he just has aero damage, but he is going to be back here, and he is running down to 43. Mitchell Stevens said, yeah, when Mark said LOL. All right. And we'll go back up front, and like I said, everybody's getting spread out, but we do have a nice little battle, and that is going to be this is going to be a battle heating up between the 66 and the 47. They were battling it out pretty good, earlier on, and then it got kind of spread out. Now it looks like Zach Stevens may be looking to go a little bit easy on his tires, save those tires, save that fuel, go a little bit longer, and be able to run down the leader later on. He may have heard that interview with Mark Stevens saying, he can't calculate fuel mileage and drive at the same time. So Zach Stevens may be like, okay, I can. Let me do this. And he's stepping back a little bit and letting Mark Kingcade just get a little bit away from him. He's about a half a second away. But he is still right there in sight. Well, right on his nose cam, and there is the distance between that Daytona Hydro dip number 47 and the 54 of Mark Kingcade. 9 viewers out there on the stream. I appreciate it. Zach's Family Reunion is always out there supporting their driver and supporting the channel, and I really appreciate it. You got Team 4 Wide out there also. Jack Nudemacher, he is out there watching. Always glad to have him in the chats also. And they have, some great racing over there. So definitely tune in on Sunday nights. They're about to have their championship race. They have a week this weekend off coming up, and then they will get back to racing the following weekend. And they have their championship race coming up. So if you haven't tuned in to one of their races, definitely tune in, because it is going to be some great racing coming in the next 2 weeks for the 4 Wide Series. Well, let's take a look and see where Chase Grier is. He is going to be right there in the 4th position. Got Marshall Johnson. He is going to be right there behind Joe Munchel. And now Marshall Johnson is dropping back. He is down 1 position. This could be another one of those people that is, trying to save what they have. And you got the 11 of Balin Powell. He has got a nice little battle heating up between him and the 7, and that is going to be Billy Davison. Billy Davison going to be working that high side. 11 tried to slide up and maybe kill the run from Billy Davison, but Billy Davison said, nah, you ain't going to do it. And it looks like they are trying to find the speed, as, like I said, they are getting spread out. Billy Davison working that high line very well, and he is going to be able to make the pass. Nope, he's going to have the door shut on him. But coming into turn number 3, that 7 is going to be right there on the inside. Is he going to be able to make the pass as they come out of turn number 4? This is going to be a side-by-side battle coming out of turn number 4 through the Geico restart zone and to the line. And it looks like still Powell has it by a fender, and Billy Davison just going to fall right on back. He's going to utilize that high line coming off of turn number 2, and there he goes. He's going to have a nice little run. Let's see if we can get a little bit better. That is kind of a better camera angle, and they are going to be side by side once again coming into turn number 3. Billy Davison did have a nose on him. Is he going to be able to have the run off the corner in turn number 4? And he put the pedal down. Look at the 11 slide up. He's got to be careful of that. He gets off the gas, but Billy Davison does have that 7th position. Mark Stevens says, I really enjoy your work with the broadcast. Thank you. And we got some new things coming. We do have those new things coming. We got webcams that we can share if drivers want to share those. We got their driver views. We got a few things that are in the works. New side-by-side screens being built as we speak. And all we need is Captain America tonight. All right, well, let's go check in on Zach Stevens because he is in the lead right now, still working that high line. Mark Kingcade. Speaking of Mark, there is Mark Bristow. Mark, how you doing?
Doing good. Just watch Mark Kingcade take the first position for just a second and then hit pits.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that was definitely a fun little battle that they had. Zach Stevens did catch him. He was about a half a second back, and him and the 66 worked together to catch Mark Kingcade, and they are going to be pitting. So, yes, you are right. Let's see how this plays out. It looks like everybody hit their pit box very well, but that's going to turn over the everything to Joe Munchell as of right now until pit cycles cycle through.
Sir, that would be J Munch. You have to understand that he and I, we got the nickname thing going on.
Oh, JB Munchin. Well, he is sporting that Mountain Dew ride, and that is the old school Mountain Dew logo, so I do like it.
That is my guy right there, because that is my drink of choice.
The drink of choice. Well, I was always a Pepsi man. And, you know, I have not seen that paint scheme out here yet. Billy Davidson going to bring his truck down pit road, and he is coming down hot. And he does get it down to pit road speed. So that, and Mr. J Munch is still going to be out front. Well, Mark, if you want to send me a side-by-side view, we will go ahead and get you set up. So,
let me get that for you.
And it looks like J Munch is going to bring his truck down pit road. Now, I wonder how long, you know, him staying out longer than the others, how that will affect him later on in the run. Will he be able to catch the leaders? Now, Chase Grier has taken over the second spot. He's got Zach Stevens right there. Got Marshall Johnson. These are your top four. These are the ones that you are going to have to look out for because the second through fifth, that is your championship four. These are the ones that are fighting for that trophy, fighting for that title. And I believe there is a honeypot at the end of the race. So we'll have to, don't quote me on that, but I think there is. Well, Mark, we've only had one caution. Give you a little bit of up to date. We've only had one caution. We're at lap 35 out of 120. We still got a lot of racing to go. We've seen one green flag pit stop. Some went out, and I believe some stayed out during that caution, and some came in. And I believe Joe Munchell was one of those ones that did stay out. So, and now we got a battle for the lead. And let me know when you got that link.
Getting it for you right now, sir.
No problem. No problem. Take your time, my friend. Nice little battle, and the battle is over, and it looks like the 40 is going to prevail in that top spot. He is going to take over the number one spot, knocking Mark Kingcade down to the number two. Zach Stevens looking to take over the second position as he is riding just on the just above the apron right there, and he did get a good run coming into turn number one. Can he keep that run? He's going to utilize the draft off of Mark Kincaid's truck. Mark Kincaid's going to block just a little bit. They both slide up towards the track, and here it is, bumper to bumper for that second position. And it looks like Mark Kingcade is going to be able to get a better entrance off of on to turn number three, coming off to turn number four. It looks like that 47 Daytona Hydro dip did get a little bit tight, but as these two battle it out, we're going to go to that we're going to go to the 33, and we're going to ride on his nose cam, and we're going to watch this battle because that's an awesome little battle. You got these two trying to keep that second spot, or get it or keep it. And it looks like Zach job. He's going to block the run from Mark Kingcade. He's going to dive it down to the apron, so Mark can't get back to the draft. And look at the 33. He got a heck of a run because Mark had to check up. And now the 33 is going to be right there on the 54. This is going to be a nice little battle for the third position. 33 had to check up just a little bit, so he didn't get into the 54. But we will talk to him if a caution does come out. Sorry, changed cameras on you. And it looks like we do have a link. Thank you, sir. And
Not a problem.
now we can go side by side. Bam. Let's do this. Let's kill that. Just give me 1 second, folks. Sorry about this. Just trying to get our side by side cameras up so everybody can see what we got going. All right.
Doritos.
Donuts. It ain't got no gas in it. Well, Chase Grier, Zach Stevens, now sitting in the number one and number 2 positions. Both teammates, both in the championship 4. You got Mark Kingcade is now falling back a little bit in 3rd. You got Marshall Johnson. He is going to be sitting there in 4th. You got Jared Stone. He is going to be sitting in 5th in that Victoria's Secrets. And Jay Munch, he is going to be sitting in 6th, up 5 positions from where he started. Billy Davison is going to be falling back just a little bit, but he is making a pretty good run. And I can't believe I've done that. Damon Nagel, it looks like Balin Powell. He must have had some problems on pit road because he has fallen back. And let's go to the tower. We will go to the tower in just a minute. And he is going to be the second car 1 lap down. He is going to be riding around in the 10th position. So he has got to pass Damon Nagel for that 9th position to be the first car 1 lap down. Now 43 laps complete of 120. Still a lot of racing left to go, but we've only seen 1 caution, and that was when they were together. And now they are not. So we'll put the tower back up so you can see where everybody is, and we'll put that track map up, and you can see how spread out they are. And it looks like Zach Stevens and Chase Grier here are trying to make a run for it. They are running for the border. Oh, that's Taco Bell. Never mind. It's not Doritos. They made it out about 7/10 of a second from Kingcade, so they're extending their lead there. Mark, what do you think?
Well, you're slightly mistaken because now that Doritos has the Loco Tacos, or Taco Bell has the Doritos Locos Tacos, you could technically say they are running for the border. So.
Oh.
It's by association.
Gotcha.
But no, I am watching the number 54 of Mark Kingcade. Looks like he's sitting back there biding his time a little bit with the 33 of Marshall Johnson right behind him, just kind of taking their time, seeing what's going on. I think in all honesty, what they're letting Chase and Zach do is kind of wear their tires out a little faster, a little warmer, you know?
You know, you could absolutely be right, and it looks like the 47 is going to look down low, and he is going to take over and we are side by side, so you can stay on Mark Kingcade if you like, but they are going to be side by side, and this is what Mark Kingcade wants to see. He wants to see these guys actually battle it out and, you know, try, you know, race each other, because as they race each other, he is going to get closer, and you can see that gap did close just a little bit, and he is right there in draft reach of that number 40, so we might see him come back into the picture if he's got the tires left. Now, top lane or bottom lane, don't know which one is going to be the most. I know the top lane is going to be the most dominant, but I don't know which one is going to be the most tire happy as far as tire wear. We know they all went in and took 4 fresh field goods, but look at Chase Grier, he's falling back.
And it could be a way to try to block Kingcade from getting to Zach Stevens.
Yeah, being that they are teammates, you know what? Anything is possible. Being that they are
teammates, and they're both doing very well in the standings.
I'm going to take a ride on the gearbox while we're still side by side. And there is, and Mark's going to follow. Mark's following along with that battle for the second position. But there is Zach Stevens. He's coming into the picture. He's coming quick. He's going to drop down through that apron. And it looks like, listen, Christopher Allgaier has a little bit of problems with his truck. But, oh, excuse me. Yeah, we're going to go to TV1 because it looks like Allgaier, he is going to be side by side with the 47 of Zach Stevens. And coming in turn number 3, it looks like Zach Stevens is going to be able to take that low line and put
Ooh, you got Kingcade pulling a bottom run, trying to get past Chase Grier. It looks like he's got him by a nose, but it's still battling it out for that second position.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. And, you know, and Mark Kingcade just now got a fender on the 40 on that bottom line, but I believe the 43, he is going to maybe pose a problem for one of these trucks, and Chase Grier is utilizing the draft, and it looks like they are going to take it 3 wide. No, it looks like Chase Grier is going to have to back out of it just a little bit. He killed his run just a little bit, and he is going to be side by side 3 wide coming across the start finish line.
Ooh, Mark Kingcade took that apron, and Chase Grier got a little up on him. That is actually a very good battle. I am enjoying this.
Yeah, I definitely am too. I'm watching your screen as we speak, and you know, while you are following along, we know who the leader is, and this is what Zach Stevens really wants to see. He wants to see those two battle it out, because as they battle it out side by side, that's going to give him, look at the distance between them and him.
Which is why I said earlier that's a good strategy, because Chase can take it for the team and allow Zach to go ahead and get a good leg up on there in that first position.
Absolutely right. Well, we'll check on our other competitor. That is the 33 of Marshall Johnson. He is going to be riding around into 4. Like I said, the top 4 in the top 4 in points or in the championship are going to be running in the top 4. And it looks like we got pit stops already cycling through. It looks like the 33 is going to make an early pit stop and bring his truck down. Go in and get those 4 fresh feel goods and top it off with that go-go juice. And it looks like we could be seeing pit strategies definitely cycle through very soon. And we're going to see who stays out longest and who stays out, who short pits it like Marshall Johnson. Well, back on the full screen here, we'll take a ride through the rest of the field. We got Nathan Lafayette. He's going to be riding in 6th. He's got Billy Davison. That's going to be in 7th. Still a little ways back. We'll put the ticker up so you can see, the gaps. Zach Stevens out 1.5 seconds from Mark Kingcade and Chase Grier. And Chase Grier, he might have used up his tires, battling that one out with Mark. But you can see that Mark's falling off a little bit too. Even though they are riding nose to tail, he is losing a lot of ground to Zach Stevens.
Sorry, just watching and listening to you. That's it gets kind of mesmerizing. I'm sorry.
Well, 12 viewers out there on the chat and out there on the stream and in the chat, we appreciate y'all stopping by and spending your Tuesday evening with us here at the Old Glory Truck Series here at Chicagoland Speedway. We love having you. This is their championship race. So after tonight, we'll have a little bit of break before we see these trucks out on track once again. But we do have the Cup Series going on tomorrow night. That's going to be their championship race. That's going to be at Homestead, Miami. So we'll see some of these drivers be in the Cup cars, battling it out and trying to win a championship over there in the Cup Series. Well, it's like Damon Daigle and Christopher Allgaier brought their trucks down pit road. And Zach Stevens now 2.2 seconds out. Now, at what point do you start saving a little bit and trying to I know what they're trying to do. Okay. Let's see what their last pit lap was. And okay, so their last pit lap was 31. They're going to pit at lap 60. They're going to make this of course, a three pit stop race. So they're going to pit at 30, 60, 90, and they're going to be good until the end. We may see them go to probably around 62 to 63 if they can save enough fuel to get that far. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now, what does that do for Marshall Johnson? He pitted. Johnson pitted at lap 30, so yep, he should, or lap 30 and then a lap 52. So he short pitted it. Is that 52 or 57? I can't see it.
I am not sure. Unfortunately, sir, I am old.
That was lap 52. I thought I was right. So he pitted at lap 52. So he did an early pit stop, but he's going to have he's already got 7 lap older tires as of right now, or 6 laps.
And how many laps are in tonight's race, sir?
120.
120. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense if they're running about 30 laps per pit cycle.
And it looks like we got another taker. Chase Grier is going to bring his truck down. Zach Stevens already is bringing his truck down, and it looks like the caution might fly. It looks like somebody had a little bit of problems coming down pit road, and I'm trying to find out who that was. It was Jared Stone.
It's like Jared Stone.
And you know what? We'll go side by side if you want to, go back and rewind and see what exactly happened to him.
All right.
It actually might have gave you an indicator that he crashed.
I did. I saw that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Good deal.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Looks like he went Tokyo Drift a little bit, and that really wasn't much of a crash.
It looks like the transition, and maybe you have a better aspect from it, but it looks like the transition from the track to the apron, more trucks are coming down. Mark Kingcade bringing his truck down, and Jay Munch is going to be out there leading the race. But it looks like the transition from the track to the apron may have spun his truck around, being on the brakes and making that transition to flat surface. What do you think?
It's a very big thing. Going down and doing, going from one surface to another is definitely going to cause that. And it could have been just exactly what it was. I don't understand why they considered it a crash, and he is already back and getting back onto the field.
Well, interesting strategy. All right, we're going to go back full screen for just a few minutes. Interesting strategy, and that strategy, it looks like it worked for Marshall Johnson because he has a little bit of a gap between him and Zach Stevens. Now it is going to be about 3.9 seconds back to Zach Stevens from that early pit. So that early pit stop gave him a lot of ground.
But do you think though? Okay, so if they're pitting about every 30 laps, okay, do you think he'll be able to stay strong for those extra 8 laps that he pitted early on that 50?
That is going to be very interesting because I don't remember them saying they had a lot of laps, for fuel. I remember Zach and Chase talking about them, and I think they said they had about 20-something laps of fuel, maybe 28 laps.
So he might not be messing himself up, but if he gets a good enough gap and, can time his pits, and he might be doing it honestly just to get in before everybody decides to pit. And then by utilizing that strategy, he might, if he has still a good enough gap, say about, lap 110, he might be able to throw in a quick pit just to get in there. And then he might, by thinking about that, he might try to take, the first with that strategy.
Yeah, just like he did right now. And, he pitted at lap 52. And our front runners right now, they pitted not too long ago, and he was out to about 3.9 seconds. But Zach Stevens did close that gap to 2.2. Now coming out of turn number 4, he closed that gap fast. So let's look at his last lap time for this lap, and it looks like Johnson is running a 32. Harry Hogg built that truck with fuel line that holds an extra gallon of gas. But Zach Stevens, 31.4.
He's got a special, what it is, he's got a Gatorade bottle in his truck with him, or a Coca-Cola bottle, but it's full of fuel. And he's got a special port where he just takes and pours it in. That's what that is.
I like it.
I just let Marshall Johnson know I'm on to him, man. Those Coke bottles can be used for anything.
Marshall Johnson not running as fast as Zach Stevens, and Zach Stevens is closing in very quick. We'll go back to the gap, and now 1.4 seconds separate these two from Zach Stevens taking over the lead. Now 1.3 seconds. So it looks like either Marshall Johnson is saving what he has, or those tires are giving up very quickly. As you can see, about 7 lap older tires are not doing Marshall Johnson very much justice. I mean, Zach Stevens has really caught him in very quick. So even if they do pit, even if he does another short pit for the last pit cycle, which they'll still have a set of tires in the pits, Zach Stevens is going to catch him within less than 10 laps.
Yeah, because Zach Stevens right now he's running that gap. He is honestly, half a second down now. So Zach Stevens really pulling a rocket man and, heading up to get that first position back.
Yeah, he's caught it. 2.2 seconds now. 0.2 of a second separate these two. Now, Mark Kingcade, we're going to go back and see what he is up to. Mark Kingcade and Chase Grier have been riding pretty close, and he has a little bit of Balin Powell to his outside. He may not be challenging Balin Powell very much due to the fact that he is a lap down truck, and he might be saving what he has for later on in the race also, but they are already 4 seconds back. They are closing pretty fast, but looks like Zach Stevens now going to be scored the leader. Now, Mark, who is going to be your pick for tonight for the champion?
Let me look and see who I've got in the field. Honestly,
well, you only got 4 that can win this championship.
I think I'm liking Kingcade. I really am. Kincaid's been doing a lot of good racing this season.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I'm liking what he's doing tonight. He's really ramping it up tonight.
Yeah, definitely ramping up. He is, and he is right now in third. He's still got Chase Grier back here. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure of the strategy of that 40, but still riding in fourth. He's fallen about a little over a second back from the 54, and this is where he might be trying to utilize that fuel strategy.
Yeah, it looks like he's stuck down there with the number 7, Billy Davison, which he is a lap down. So he's got a couple lap down trucks in between. Maybe he's, again, utilizing the downtime to save some tires, save some fuel, get in the draft. Why not even live? That's awesome.
It's all good. It happens. It happens.
I am still learning my cameras.
Well, Mark Steven has a little bit of agreement with you. Can't talk tonight. He says, no way, let's go 47. So he disagrees with you. He thinks that 47 Daytona Hydro Dip is going to win it. I'm going to say Marshall Johnson is going to pit again right now. So he is going to pit here at lap 75. Interesting pit strategy. We are going to go back to the iRacing screen. We're going to get that, and we're going to see exactly how many laps that he is pitting in. Jack Nudebacher said the 40 isn't an accountant, so I'm sure he's got he's gone over the numbers. All right, where is he? Where is Johnson? Okay, Johnson. Here at lap 76, he pitted at 30, 52, and 76. He did another short pit. Is this gonna be the pit? Oh, he's got to be very careful. He's only got one more set of tires. If a caution does come out, that's going to be very challenging. That's going to be a challenge for him. So let me hear everybody. Lap 77. Yeah, they got about 17 laps of laps on their tires. 17 to 18 laps on their tires. So that's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Mark Kingcade, he just came out of the pits. Looks like it's going to be Zach Stevens and Chase Grier. Everybody's pretty spread out except for a couple lap down trucks battling with the 40, and this is actually a pretty good battle. I wish this was a battle for position. That's going to be Balin Powell. We don't talk about it much, but he is up here battling. He is up here running with the 40. He's waiting for a caution to come out so he can get back on the lead lap. Let's go back to our tower, and he is going to be 2 laps down. So he's trying to get those laps back the hard way. Grier is 6.3 seconds back. You got Jared Stone in that. I think Victoria has already told his secrets. He is going to be riding in 3rd, but after pit cycles pan out, he might be a lap down.
I just noticed something.
What's up?
If you look on the 40 truck, you said that you haven't seen a Pepsi logo. Chase Grier has a Pepsi logo at the bottom. I saw it on the driver's side, rear quarter panel.
Oh, well, look at that. Well, 40 laps to go here, and Balin Powell is showing off track. He may have just went down to the apron trying to make a pass, but he did come right back up. Our leader is going to be that number 47 Daytona Hydro Dip of Zach Stevens. Well, Mark, we have not done a crank it up just yet. I know that they are pretty spread out, but we can go ahead and do that, and let's do that right now. All right, we are back live. And it looks like we caught somebody's strategy. So we were riding around with the 69, and we were riding around with the 66. And those two might be trying to save a little bit of fuel. Not sure about the 33, but I know that 69 to 66, which is now in the lead, he is kind of clutching it. He is trying to make it to lap 90, so that way he knows he can make it. You know, you can make it on 30 laps of fuel, but it looks like Zach Stevens is going to bring his truck out. Billy Dixon is going to be right there in front of him, so he might be flying just around him. Coming into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4, we'll put the track map up so you can see where that Daytona hydrant is. Is sitting, and they are going to be right now nose to tail. And that's going to be 6th and 7th. Got Billy Dixon running in 5th. So good to see that that the top 5. Got Mark Kingcade. He's not too far ahead in that number 54. He is only about 2 turns away. He is coming out of turn 4 as the 47 and the 40 are coming into turn number 3. So a little bit of half a straightaway separates these two, or these 3, excuse me. And it looks like J Munch is going to go down to 4th as the 33 and the 54 are going to make the pass. Those two are playoff drivers, the 33 and 54, so they are going to pass on J Munch as they come into turn number 3. And it looks like Jared Stone has tried to save all he could, and now he's going to bring that truck down the road. And I'm kind of interested to see where 69 is pitted last. So the 69 pitted at last at lap 61. Can he make it to lap 91? That's going to be a heck of a fuel strategy if he does. Now, Jack, you know, I know the 40 chase is an account, but I think maybe somebody calculated a little bit better fuel strategy because that 69 is still out there riding in the cockpit. So he comes to for a minute. He's got to make at least one more lap. There it is. He's down on me. He clutched it. So maybe that's just a little bit of that clutching. No, but
Now, I think you're right on the money. I've been watching the 69 of J Munch as well. And he is taking into pits now, actually.
Lap 91. He's got enough fuel to make it to the end. And let's see, Stevens pitted at lap 85. Johnson and Kingcade have to pit again. They may not have enough to make it. Very interesting.
And that's, well, and what it is, you know, are they, you know, really running on hopes and dreams, or did they know something that we don't know? Or, you know, are they trying to calculate it and think they can just barely make it by the skin of their teeth?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know the exact fuel mileage, so we're just guessing up here in the booth. But I know somebody that does, and
they expect guessing out of me. They don't expect guessing out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Well, considering the 69 was clutching quite a bit, he's gonna be one lap down, but he's gonna be the second truck one lap down. He's got Stone right there in front of him. That's gonna be the truck that he needs to get past. And yeah, I think he's got enough. He's definitely got enough to make it. If he made it 30 laps on a tank of fuel, he's gonna make it 30 laps again. Marshall Johnson going to be battling for the lead, and here comes that 47. He is going to take the lead once again, and they are going to be 3 wide for the lead. So Zach Stevens coming back up to the front, and he is going to take a right out of turn number 2. He's going to slide it up in front of Mark Kingcade. Mark Kingcade is going to be in second. You got Marshall Johnson in third, and that is going to be Damon Nagel right there. That lap down for 86 6 truck. He is going to be trying to get his lap back the hard way, or one of his lap back the hard way, but I don't believe he's going to be able to do it. Or with Zach Stevens. Fresh Feel Goods. Chase Grier, he's going to be riding 4. You still have your championship 4 right there, 1 through 4th, and they're the only ones on the lead lap.
Well, look, don't count out Jay Munch yet. All right, I think Joel Munchell has a chance to break it into the lead lap. Now, might not break it into the podium. We never know.
So he is about he's about a straightaway from the leaders to get his lap back. He's second car, 1 lap down. He did stay out the longest. So if this strategy works, you don't want to save too much. If he's having to save right now, which he was having to save before, he might drop back a little bit further than he wants to, trying to save as much fuel, trying to save all that fuel.
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't want to clutch it, especially when you're trying to catch up to the front.
Yeah. The good thing about that is he was not clutching it very, very much. He was out there going, whoop, whoop.
The Stevens Nation always wants Zach to win, and which is a very valid point. He's a damn good racer.
Grier hanging out in the back area. He's about 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds back from Stevens, but he's about 2 seconds, about 2 seconds back from Johnson, and about 3 seconds back from Kingcade, and that time is not really falling off. Actually, Kingcade is gaining a little bit more speed and gapping it just a little bit, but still not too bad.
Looks like Marshall Johnson took to the pits.
So now he's going to go out.
Unfortunately, yes.
Now he does have enough fuel to make it to the end now. He'll probably get his, I don't know, he'll have enough time to get his lap back. If everybody can make it to the end, he will be trapped a lap down. He might be able to get up to the leaders, but I don't think he's going to have enough time as they are coming down the backstretch. We'll go side by side if you want to follow along, with the leaders, and Mark Kingcade bringing his truck down. So I'll go with Zach Stevens.
All right, I've got Chase Grier right now.
And looks like he is going to put them all a lap down because he just crossed the start-finish line. How long would they stay a lap down? Will these guys have enough to make it to the end? And we'll show you those pit stop laps one more time. Lap 85 for Stevens. And a lap, there's no way. There's no way. That's
No.
35 laps.
No. Yeah, if they're running 35 laps, yeah, he's not going to be able. I don't think he'll be able to make it, but you never know. If Chase is his teammate and he's an accountant, maybe they ran the numbers together.
Absolutely, but is it going to be a gas and go, or what is it going to be? But the only one that can really make it, and he has got a trend going on, is that number 69 of Jay Munch. He took 4, he pitted at lap 4, pitted at 34, which was 30 laps. Then he pitted at lap 61, and he stretched it all the way to lap 91. So he may have enough to make it here. And he will get his lap back once the leaders do pit, and there's only 2 trucks on the lead lap, and that is going to be Chase Grier and Zach Stevens. They're still going to be looking in third. You got Mark Kingcade. He is going to be sitting right there in fourth. The fifth. So everybody is a lap down except for 2. Back to the full screen. Wow, there is some wild strategies playing out right here. And Zach Stevens is going to bring his truck down. Is Chase Grier going to bring his truck down also? No, he's going to stay out.
And they might be round robining it. You know, being teammates, you know, they might be looking out for each other by round robining. One person takes the pits. When he gets out, next guy takes the pits, and then he gets out. It might be a strategy in itself. You know, normally we're talking about strategies as a single driver, but what if they went with a team strategy tonight, being the championship?
Yeah. Almost scraped the wall. We saw some dust coming off the wall. But yes, Mark, I think you might be right. And Jack out there saying the 47 is in his own zip code. And, you know, I used to say that, you know what, I used to say that a long time ago. And look where he's coming out. He's coming out third. Now fourth. You know he has the fresher tires. You know he's going to blow by the 54. You know he's going to blow by the 66. Now once Grier hits, he's going to be the leader if he can make it around the 54 and the 66. With 15 laps to go, these guys are not going to play very nice. They are fighting for a championship, all but the 66 of Stone. So they're going to play nicely. They're going to look down low. 66 gives a little bit of a block. And that's going to be for that second position. Here comes the leader. He's going to run everybody right there in that lap back. Nathan Lafayette, he's still got a little bit of damage to that truck. He must have used up his fast repair unwillingly. And right now, that zip code just got a little bit crowded there, Jack. We'll go side by side. And see what Grier is doing. Make sure he is getting on and off pit road. Ooh, it looks like Zach Stevens went way up high on the track. And the 66 and the 54. I think he should let them battle it out, use up their stuff, and just pull right out. You know, when the time's right. Oh, and they wreck right in there. Oh, no. Ooh, that was close. That was very, very close. Mark, I want you to stop it right there and back it up, and let's see what kind of contact that was between the 66 and the 54. And I'm going to follow on these two because Zach Stevens right now is going to be able to take over the lead. For doing that, Mark.
Not a problem at all. You said 66 and 54.
Yep. And he hit the wall right there in front of Zach Stevens. There it is.
Ooh.
Tell me what you see.
Let me back it up a little bit more so I can get a firm grasp on it. All right, looks like, yep. So 66 might have been trying to go down. 54 was trying to go up and went a little too slow. And it looks like he put him right to the wall, getting some front end damage on him.
Well, that's definitely not what we want to see with 11 laps to go. And it's going to be Zach Stevens. He's going into his own zip code, as Jack Schumacher said. And, yeah. I hope everybody still knows the number to 1-800-COLLECT because he is extending that gap.
Well, even if they didn't know the number, you just gave it to them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good point. I remember those old commercials.
I remember payphones. What are you talking about? All right.
I do too. Remember the old collect commercial? It was Bob Baby It's a Boy.
Yeah, Bob, we had a baby. It's a boy.
Who was that, honey? Bob. He had a baby. It's a boy. Oh, that's great. Oh, God. That was before we had T-Maybe, Verizon. Yeah. Well, 9 laps to go. Zach Stevens definitely has enough fuel to make it. Mark Kingcade going to be sitting right there in second.
I think Mark might be slowing it down. Maybe he's even grabbing the Verizon phone and letting Zach know congratulations. I don't know.
Mark Stevens out there saying zip code 47471. I like it.
And keep in mind, remember, Daytona Hydro Dip. They're opening that new store near Atlanta. You got to go check it out. It's about time for them, isn't it?
Yes, they did say a couple weeks. Mark is right there in the chat. He can. I don't have his information. Is over on the 4 wide side. But yeah, Mark is getting ready to open up. Is that correct? But Chase Grier sitting right there in third. He is slowly but surely trying to chase down that number 54 of Mark Kingcade. About 2.7 seconds separate those two, and he is closing that gap. He has no chance to catch Zach Stevens with only seven laps to go, but he is slowly but surely closing that gap to that number 54. We are still a few weeks out.
I just saw that. And I'm, given their history, Chase and Zach Stevens, when they want to make up time, they can make it up. So there is a good chance and a good possibility he might be able to take that second spot. But he's down to about 1.3 seconds now. And he's gaining, yep. Somebody's saying they can't hear you, sir. All right. Well, so far we've got Zach Stevens in the first position with just a few laps to go here. We got Mark Kingcade in second, Chase Grier in third. Now Chase is picking up. He is less than a quarter of a second away from Kingcade, and he is trying to take that second position. We got Joel Munchell in fourth, Marshall Johnson, first car a lap down. In fifth, Nathan Lafayette in sixth, Jared Stone in seventh, Billy Davidson in eighth, ninth, Mr. Damon Nagel, Christopher Alkire in 10th, and Balin Powell in 11th.
All right, maybe that's going to be a little bit better. Maybe the engine sound was just drowning out every.
Now, are we side by side, or are we just full screen right now?
We are full screen, but we can go side by side as we are coming to 2 laps to go as Zach Stevens does cross over the finish line. 2 laps left here in the championship race.
And Chase did take that second position. And he has got the 86 of Damon Nagel riding right on his rear.
Well, lucky for them, that is not going to be a truck for position. So,
but it's still impressive. He is keeping up with, in my mind, 2 of the fastest racers that I've seen tonight. Like they got rocket ships.
You're definitely right about that, and it is definitely showing that this is going to be our champion. This is the final lap. He is coming in out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. He is less than a half of a lap from the championship title trophy and whatever else comes along with it. And there he comes right out of turn number 4, and it is going to be Zach Stevens in that Daytona Hydro Dip number 47, bringing home the championship win here tonight at Chicagoland Speedway. Great job by Zach Stevens. can't say, I can't say it enough. We've enjoyed watching all these guys, this whole season. Team 4 Wide came in and, they proved that they belong here. They proved that they can come in here and they can win. So Team 4 Wide going to bring home the championship. Congratulations to that team. Chase Grier going to bring home second. Mark Kingcade going to bring home third. Joe Munchell did an awesome job bringing home fourth. Let's go ahead and bring up our results so everybody at home can see them. And finishing orders. There they are, the finishing orders. Zach Stevens going to bring home the win. Chase Grier bringing home second. Mark Kingcade going to be sitting in third. Joe Munchell going to be sitting in fourth. Marshall Johnson just right there in fifth. Just missed it. He has some great strategy going on. And I'll let you take the rest there. Mark, if you got it up.
You said fifth?
Yep, I stopped at fifth.
All right. You got Jared Stone bringing in sixth. Billy Davidson in seventh. Damon Nagel in eighth. Nathan Lafayette coming in ninth. Finishing up the top 10, you got Mr. Christopher Alkire. Balin Powell in 11th. And Christopher Nice. He is out, but he is in 12th.
Race control. He just likes to put his name up there so we have to call it out.
I mean, I would be the same way, even if I wasn't racing. I want people to say my name.
Why did I just have that Destiny's Child song freaking pop in my head?
I was completely different. I had American Pie in my head. What's my name? Say my name.
What the hell was her name? Oh, the band.
I don't remember her name. I just remember the line, sir.
This one time at band camp. We're not gonna go there. Oh,
nope.
Not on live stream. Oh,
that's why I didn't finish the line that she says.
Well, what a great run it was here at Chicagoland for the championship race. Can't thank Old Glory enough for letting us be their broadcasters. It's been a fun. It's been you got Mark Stevens out there saying it. Say my name. But it's been, we can't thank them enough for letting us, be here to broadcast their season. It felt like, it wasn't long enough. But all good things must come to an end, and tonight that is going to end their truck series. Tomorrow night will be their championship race for the Genesis Cup Series. But right now it's all going to be about these top three. So we're going to bring them up. Actually, we might do the championship 4 and let them come up, because they did do an awesome job here in the season to get themselves up there to the championship 4. So Mark, I'm going to bring Mr. Mr. Johnson, if I can find him, up into the chat. I'm going to let you interview him if I can find him. Uh-oh.
Find him.
He's not there.
No, he's actually not. Not that I've seen.
Never mind. All right.
I've located Kingcade and Chase and Zach Stevens.
Well, he pulled off a really good strategy, and he made it on fuel mileage and finished up in the top 5, and he was our biggest mover, and that was Mr. Joel Munchell. So I'll let you bring him up, and I'll let you, since he is one of your favorite drivers, I'll let you do the honors.
All right. Jay Munch, this is Mark and Richard in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
How are you doing tonight, man? That was a good race.
All right.
So, what was going through your head tonight? You came in the 4th position, but you still did a dang good race, man. And Mountain Dew, gotta love it. So,
you were also the biggest mover of the race, and we noticed that you were pulling a little bit of fuel strategy. And you made that strategy work. It wasn't the winning strategy, but it was a good, top 5 strategy because you were a lap down at one point, and you beat them all to the finish line. Pitting less than they did.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to do much, but I was already probably running in about the fourth or fifth position anyhow, and I was like, I pit on that first caution, so I was able to get in pretty late on my first pit stop after that. So I was like, you know what, let's just see if I can stretch this out to roughly 30 lap pit stops. But I unfortunately it cost me too much time um, compared to the leaders to really make too much ground up. But I was happy with the finish I got in there, especially since I got in right as qualifying was ending, so I had zero practice.
Oh, then that was it. That was impressive. Then that was good.
Well, you definitely ran the numbers correctly because it brought you home in the top 5. Marshall Johnson, he was on a very different strategy. He was pitting early, and it was working for him. But later on in the run, his truck would fall off. So that strategy did work for you, and that is an awesome job. To be the biggest mover of the race, we had to bring you up. We were going to bring up Marshall Johnson being in the top the championship 4, but he was not available. So you were the biggest mover. We had to let you come up and give a few shout outs because that was an awesome strategy.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Luckily, Stevens was right behind me at the very end there, so I was able to back off enough and let him pass me, or I wasn't making it probably to the finish line. So, but yeah, just shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast, the guys running the league, and the Shocker Motorsports guys for letting me hang out.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it. And, we loved watching you all season. You did a great job throughout the season, and we can't wait to see if you return.
Appreciate you guys.
Not a problem. All right. Well, it is time to bring up our top 3. That is going to be Mr. Mark Kingcade. We're going to bring him up, let him talk to us a little bit about his race, a little bit about his strategies, and here we go. Mark Kingcade, this is Mark and Richard up in the booth. You got a copy, my friend.
Yep.
Well, you put on a dang good race, but you sound just a little bit disappointed, but you put on a heck of a show all season long, and you finished up in 3rd place. I'll let you talk a little bit about your season.
Yeah, it was a season. Thank y'all. Thank Whiteline. Thank Old Glory. That's about it.
All right. Well, man of few words. Well, once again, we appreciate you coming up in the booth and talking with us, and we enjoyed this whole season. You've been a great competitor, and the love that you give for the channel and the love that you give for the broadcasters, we absolutely love it. So we will talk to you after the race, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Yep, appreciate it, man. I know it was a good broadcast. See you.
All right, man. Well, very short and sweet. I'll put it to you that way. All right, Mark. Well, we got Chase Grier. He is waiting for us in the waiting room. We are going to bring him up, Mark, and I'll let you take this one and put on the best questions you can. Pick his brain just a little bit, and let's get him talking. Ready?
I'll try. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Chase Grier. This is Richard and Mark up in the booth. You got a copy.
Got you guys. How are you?
Doing pretty good, Chase. So 2nd place. And that was some interesting racing. You guys definitely had a good strategy going on. Can you tell me a little bit about that and tell me a little bit about your season?
Overall, good season. Thanks for everybody in Old Glory for putting it on. Strategy. Honestly, me and Zach went down a different route on strategy. I was trying to go a little bit later. He was just trying to go 4 tires every time. So we sort of branched off just to see. And then it was a lot of really tight racing. It was good racing with Mark. And then also, just as a little laughing point, me and Zach always have a tendency of spinning on pit road. So I was like, all right, I just need to be near the person in second in case one of us screws this up. So, but nah, Zach did good. He dominated. Was solid on pit road. So good season for both of us.
Oh yeah, and it really was, and it was funny is even though you and Zach had different strategies, they tandemed out really well.
Yeah, his was sort of straightforward. I know Mark did a strategy where he split the run in half. I then decided when I saw that I was just going to try to run it long and try to only take 2 tires there at the end, which honestly felt pretty good. The truck didn't get tight, so there'd been a late caution. Maybe I would have had a little bit of fresher tires than Zach, but overall, it was a good race.
And you did come in second position, and any podium finishes, you got all the shout outs you'd like to give tonight.
All right, thanks to the wife for letting me do this. Mother-in-law, I know she's watching. Mom's watching, so hope y'all enjoyed it, and thanks you guys for doing the broadcast. And look forward to next season.
We look forward to seeing you next season, sir.
Well, Chase, hang your head up because you do have one more chance at a championship, and that's going to be over in 4 wide, which you are sitting in the 4th position in those championship standings. So hang your head up high because you made it to the final round over there, and we'll be watching you in 2 weeks there over at 4 wide.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for the 3-time here, but Robert promised me I wasn't going to get it this season, so we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely.
Just kick them in the shins. It's okay.
Yep. There you go. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All right, sir.
Waiting room. There we go. All right, now it's time for our champion. Mr. Zach Stevens, this is Richard up in the booth, and Mark, you got a copy, my friend.
I got a copy.
Well, man, you pulled off the championship. You got the title. You are the winner of the Old Glory Truck Series. How are you feeling right now?
Feel great, man. That was a good race. It feels good to win like that. There was some strategy going into it, but felt good at the track. I wasn't sure going into it because I haven't been to Chicagoland in a while, so I got some practice in before the race. But truck felt good all night. It didn't get too tight throughout the run, so felt really good.
Well, it definitely was a good show, and Chase told us that y'all fell off of the strategy just a little bit. He went one way and you went the other, and it seems like both ways did work, but only one was a little bit more dominating than the other, and you proved that here tonight by winning that championship. It's got to be a great feeling because you put on a heck of a season. We watch you here and over at 4 wide, and you are great everywhere. So we appreciate being able to just watch great racing with you great drivers. But congratulations once again, awesome. You started in second, finished in first. You won the championship. You won that title. Hopefully, we will see you back when the next season starts up, and maybe you can go for 2.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah, as far as the fuel strategy, we had something going in, but we had to change it up once we saw Mark come in a little early. So I made that last stop pretty short, just to not lose as much time to him. So the last 2 runs, I was pretty much all out on the track. But yeah, we had a lot of fun this year racing in this series. I'm thankful for them to let us come over and race, but I'll come back for the next one for sure. Feels good. Feels good to win like that. I haven't won like that in a while, so.
Absolutely. Well, Jack Nudemacher said you were running in your own zip code, and Mark Stevens said your new zip code is 47471.
I don't know about a different zip code. Me and Chase are pretty equal. I got ahead of him in one of those runs with some track position and everything. He got caught up behind some people, but yeah, it was good. It was good to get a 1-2 finish for the team. So.
All right. Well, you know what comes out with those wins, being the champion, you can have every shout out that you want to give or whenever you're ready, my friend.
Yeah, man, just Daytona Hydrojet for being on the truck all season. It's my uncle's company. They're actually moving. They're going to be doing a rebranding here soon, so we'll be seeing a new paint scheme for next season, probably new logo and everything. But I want to thank all the guys in 4 wide that raced with us. You guys up in the booth and Old Glory for having us to race. It was a lot of fun. I want to say Thanks to my dad, my uncles watching, my mom. So it was a lot of fun. Can't wait for the next season.
Absolutely, man. Well, we will catch you over on the four wide side. Are you racing tomorrow night?
What's that?
I said, are you going to race tomorrow night in the Cup Series?
Uh, I'm not sure yet. It depends on how work goes, but where are they at?
They are at Homestead for their championship race.
I might make it. We'll see.
Well, if we don't see you tomorrow, we will definitely see you in the four wide championship race over there in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I'll be there for that. Not racing for a championship. I missed it by 1 point, but I'll be there.
Absolutely, man. Well, you have a good night, and once again, congratulations.
All right, appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you. All right, Mark. Well, that is going to be our broadcast for this evening. We do have an admin. That's Chris Isaacs. He is not the admin of the Truck Series, but maybe he would like to come in and say a few words, and let's bring him in.
All right.
Where'd he go? Where did I send him?
I do not know.
He said, "No, forget this. I'm not going on the broadcast. I'm done." He just disconnected because I was right on his name, about to move him. Oh, there he is. Oh, did I disconnect him? I think I did. Chris, this is Richard. I'm marking up in the booth. You got a copy?
If you don't, I'm trying to play golf, motherfucker.
Hey, I'm on the stream. No,
Sorry, I'm trying to set something up. You pulled me in while we were trying to discuss. I apologize.
Well, you are an admin of the Old Glory Racing Series, and being was the championship race, I thought you might want to come in and say, a few words of how this season went. We don't have Cody Brown up here, so I figured you were the next best.
All right. You know what? In the season, I'm actually happy with the way it all played out. I know we had a few hiccups early in the season. We got all that ironed out. All the drivers that stuck around for the season had done good. We've grown. We've learned. We're already planning for what changes we need to put in place for next season. The team had a strong showing for the season. I know the end of the season got a little last race. There were some pit strategy issues, but overall, I'm happy with how all of my guys did for the season. Hope to see everybody back for the next one.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, Chris, we definitely want to appreciate you bringing the Southern Broadcast Gaming on board for all your broadcasting needs, and can't wait to see what that number 3 Genesis Cup Series car can do tomorrow night.
Oh, we're gonna try to do something with it, but sadly, I'm not in the playoffs.
It does happen, but put on a good show there at Homestead, and man, we can't wait to talk to you tomorrow night.
All right, buddy.
Well, all right, Mark. Well, that is going to conclude our broadcast for tonight. Man, I always enjoy having you up in the booth. You're definitely improving. And we appreciate everybody that stopped by and joined us for their Tuesday evening. But tomorrow will be the Genesis Cup Series. We'll see them battle it out for their championship tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. Mark, you got anything to close out with?
No, sir. Always an interesting time broadcasting with you. You only like me because I let you talk more.
Oh, of course. I love talking. But all right, well, we're going to shut this thing down, and y'all have a great night, and we will see y'all tomorrow. God bless, and we will see y'all later.
Good night, guys.